Morning. Since the middle of 2012, if you look at my WordPress blog, I've been saying approximately the same things. America's people need to speak up. They need to say, how is it they want to live? What do they feel is fair and equitable? Do they want education? Do they want science? Do we want health care, free meals for kids who are underprivileged? It used to be Americans were thought to be naive. I'm not so sure that's where our image is today. With Donald Trump in power and his GOP followers, not all, but most who are making a difference and have passed that terrible big ugly bill. There are going to be consequences, but I'd like to see all of us protest and be in the resistance now. Donald Trump, nor any of the people in his cabinet, should be above the law. Right now, they're certainly acting that way. They don't respond to subpoenas. They don't respond to lawsuits appropriately. Their tactics are one of delay, and then give false information. How much can the courts take when that is the only check and balance on this runaway executive? Let's look at some of the things that he's done. Not a lot, because I'm going to propose ways for how we, the people, can speak up and reclaim our country. For one thing, those Venezuelans, the 230 of them who were shipped off, maybe 6 out of them had a criminal record, and only 10 of them were American citizens. But that's too many citizens who have been deported illegally without due process. The remaining people, they were one hearing away from being given permanent status in the United States. You can read their stories in ProPublica. I've published it on my WordPress. There you can see what's really happening, or go to The Guardian. They were all released last week, including 20 others. In addition, in order to keep the folks back in Venezuela and not here in America, though they're not criminals, they're merely poor people who couldn't make a living, couldn't support their families, because Trump shut down the Chevron plant that has been operating in Venezuela up until April. Why did he shut it down? I guess for a bargaining chip eventually. Well, now the Chevron plant is open again, and it's hoped that the people who went back to Venezuela may have jobs. But for this administration, pain and suffering is what they want. Not of the uber wealthy, no, because they're getting the handouts. They're going to become trillions of dollars wealthier, while we are going to struggle. You're going to struggle without Head Start. In July of next year, before the midterms, the student loan program is going to take a hit for all the kids who are in school today, whether it's graduate programs or under. There are now caps on their borrowing, which means that if they can't borrow the money, their families may have to come up with it, or their school will be curtailed. This is just not right. Oh, and to cap it all off, this is going to be private enterprise that now makes the $51 billion. The student loan program is not a program based in no returns. It's based in getting interest from the kids who are trying to make a living eventually. Make no mistake, that bill is draconian. cuts back on climate mitigation, cuts back on new energy jobs, which we know produce 2 times as many jobs as the old fossil fuel industry, and would stop the pollution that is killing us today. Haven't even gotten into the healthcare program because, God forbid, that should come into effect after the November midterms. But Donald Trump, I think, should be a target for removal now, along with the GOP who supports them. Already, 2 members of the House have left. If 8 or 9 more left, then we'd have a new balance of power in the House. If some folks left in the Senate and have the courage to do so because they don't like the way the country is going either, that would give me a lot of hope. In the meantime, I think we should resist. You can contact me in the comments section and I'll answer. Tell me, do you want me to start a third party? I thought of it years ago. We could call it America Speaks. We could have our mascot as lions or lioness. Will women and moms come out in a major march? We've done it before. Women are 50% of this country. Our rights are being curtailed as we speak. Why can't there be another women's march? In the olden days, when women wanted their spouses to agree to positions that they thought were appropriate in terms of how they were going to live, they just didn't come across with any lovemaking at all. And it was effective. Or if you want to meet me in front of the old ABC headquarters at 2 o'clock on August 12th, I'll be there. And let's all rally around together and say, we're mad as hell. And we don't want to take it anymore. Because trust me, this is the beginning. Oh, and I don't know if you've gone into your local supermarket recently. I was there the other day. I needed a quart of milk. The quart of milk was $6.36. A half gallon was almost $11. I was astounded. One of my little containers of yogurt that I used to like that was $2.39 is now $4.39. So prices are going up. They're going up all over the country. And don't make any mistakes about it. The hotter we get, the more we've got to go to different strains of wheat, rice, corn, tomatoes, jalapenos, you name it, because our food supply is going to be impacted. This is not a time to bulk up on fossil fuels just because they've given our president $1 billion. Enough's enough. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call corruption corruption. And if you want to drain the swamp, get rid of Trump first.